So, from the previous trailer you've seen, it is indeed factual. This movie is very interesting. But what is this trailer based off of? The trailer is based off of a George Orwell book, 1984. Now, this book in itself doesn't seem interesting. I know. I mean, who wants to read books these days? But it's all a facade put up by the people in fancy shoes. All of those social media websites I want you to take away from grasping these great moments. And this is why I'm going to make this short and simple. Today I'm going to be explaining what 1984 is about and why it's important to be taught in schools. 1984 is a book made by George Orwell in the 1940s that goes over how the world would be like under complete totalitarianism. The events start from after World War II, when the USA and Soviet Union were at war. Now, we know, since we are dead, that nuclear war didn't happen in the Cold War. But in this book, it did. Both parties nuked each other, and within this, NATO countries had banded together to create Oceania, a large super country, along with the Soviet Union and most of Europe copying the idea, creating Eurasia, and most of the Asian area creating East Asia. Both Oceania and Eurasia are at war due to rising conflict in the African region. And with that, we now focus on Oceania, the place we will talk about most in this video. So, Oceania has an extremely totalitarian society government called Ingsoc. Ingsoc controls everything, and because of that, everything from before its time is a myth to the people. And for this reason, welcome to Britain. Unless you're a citizen, then welcome to Airstrip 1. Britain is a distant memory to the citizens because of the grip Ingsoc holds on the citizens' mind. The simple name of an entire country is proven false because of their control, and because of that, you don't know what is real anymore. Facts aren't reality anymore, as reality can be changed on command of Big Brother, who is the leader of Ingsoc. Ingsoc sees, hears, and controls all. And now, Western civilization doesn't exist anymore, as there's only a faction for a party to rule without question. Within this society exists a pyramid of people. The first 2% being the inner party, 13% being the outer party, and 85% being proles, the citizens of unknowingness and poverty. And within the party, it is divided by 4 sections. The Ministry of Peace, who controls the wars, the Ministry of Love, who controls the opposition from being individualized, the Ministry of Plenty, which controls economics and food portions, and the Ministry of Truth, which is the most important, as they control the news and history with making propaganda. Fake war stories of people who don't exist, rewriting all of history to make them the sole creators of everything. Since the proles are easy to manipulate by propaganda, the party only has to care about themselves. Many decades ago, they had murdered many people to keep the radical historians dead, to have a hold on the people who aren't that well versed into history. And anyone who opposes them gets sent to the Ministry of Love. Heading into one of the most important focuses of 1984, Ingsoc and Newspeak. Ingsoc was able to incorporate attributes like censorship, uneducation, mass atrocities for the state, and class divide that haven't existed for decades due to them being so powerful and anybody opposing him being too unimportant or dead to care. While all of this happens, you also manipulate the children to solidify your ruling, and then you've got a perfect society. Children are prone to reporting their own parents to the thought police for saying a thought crime, which is saying or thinking anything that goes against the policy. Who can make it so you never existed because of how powerful and manipulative Ingsoc is? You don't exist. Now, Newspeak is what the party's official language is. Newspeak is their way of limiting English to prevent and stop and the use of any harmful, threatening words about the party. They win every time with the control they already have because of Newspeak. They're able to make new words up on the spot that can aid within brainwashing the proles. They are able to make believe happen through Newspeak subsection Doublethink. Doublethink holds two ideas as equal, so they don't cancel each other out, nor one is considered true. Black-white is the term for immediately believing what Big Brother says. For example, if they say that grass has always been orange, you never remember it as green anymore, and it has always been orange your entire life. Now, why is all of this important? All of this is important because we don't have any other visions of the world. What we see is our vision, where the world isn't all jumbled like a mess, as it is now, but that's besides the point. The world is not able to give us views on how other countries or governments operate. 1984 gives us a viewpoint of the world in a different light. It helps us understand why we came to be and how we could have been. This is beyond a classroom. With 1984, it teaches us that life isn't as fine and dandy as it is now. It tells the many things possible that people can do when given power, and without a view that you are oblivious to the facts of how people really are. Reasoning why 1984 should be taught in English classes because of how different it is. It isn't a history book with a lesson about slavery and the Civil War, or a fantasy tale with magic and potions of instant healing. It shows the world how it would be with the wrong leaders, and how it can turn and will turn out if we do that way. English deserves to have a different views of the world, see how it can be and how we can stop it from turning out this way. 1984 is the book for that. And with that, I thank you for watching through the entire video. Make sure to never give up on those dreams of yours and to stay knowledgeable. My name is Abyss, and I will be seeing you soon.